Okay, so we've been fishing for a little bit now. We're starting to get into some soft plastics and we need to buy some worm hooks. So there's going to be two primary hooks you're going to use. One is going to be your offset hook. And as you can see here, it's real similar to like the straight shank hooks that we may have been using for like panfish and stuff. But it has an offset back here. The other hook that we're going to use is called an EWG hook, which stands for extra wide gap. And basically the extra wide gap is the distance between the point and the back of the hook here. And I'll show you why that's important. So if you're using a larger soft plastic like this fluke here, you can see there's a lot of rubber right here. And when the bass bites it, I don't know if you can see it here, but when the bass bites it, this pushes down. We need that hook to pop up. If you were to use an offset hook or a straight shank hook, you would never get the head of the hook out of the meat of the soft plastic here. Now hooks are going to come in all different sizes, and usually when we're talking about worm hooks, we're talking about aughts. So you're going to be fishing anywhere from a 2-aught, which is this hook, to a 4 to 5-aught hook. Now I believe this one is a 4-aught. So kind of give you a size comparison here. You may go as large as a 5-aught. Now I don't personally fish a lot of 5-aught hooks, but I'll show you why you're concerned about the aught of the hook. So this worm is a trick worm. Now this worm is designed to be real flexible. It just kind of flicks through the water like this when it moves. Now if we were to put a 5-aught hook in it, that hook would come all the way back to about here, and there'd be no movement left in the worm. So something like a trick worm, you're only going to use about a 2-aught hook, so it has lots of flexibility. Now on this one, this is like more of a curly tail worm. Now we're not so much worried about flexibility in the back of it because all the movement is going to be in the little curly part of the tail here. So this one has about a 3-aught hook in it. Now that's my personal favorite. I like 3-aught hooks. I think they work pretty good for everything. I use them for freshwater for bass, and I also use them for saltwater for redfish. But this is going to make your soft plastic a little more stiffer in this part of the body, but we're not concerned about it because once again, like I said, all the movement's in the end here. Now, once again, coming back to this fluke, kind of the same thing. This one's also a 3-aught hook, and it puts it out about in the middle of the body here. Now, if you went with like a Zoom, I think it's called a Super Fluke, they are a bit longer. So on something like that, you may be able to step up to a size 4 or 5-aught hook. Anywhere between a 2 and a 5-aught hook, you're going to pretty much be able to catch anything as far as bass go. I'm not real familiar with smallmouth bass, but you're pretty much going to be in the same boat. And redfish are the same thing. At redfish, I pretty much exclusively fish with a 3-aught hook. While it be a offset hook in a fluke or like a circle hook on like a shrimp or a thread fin, a live bait. So that's pretty much the two ranges that you're gonna fish with is gonna be your EWG, your extra wide gap hook, and then your offset worm hook. Some guys do still use straight hooks, more like the professional guys, who they have their own little reasons why they like them and stuff. But when you first get into it, I recommend you experiment with those two hook sizes. All right, once again, if you're getting anything out of these videos or you think you know somebody that might, please share our videos. You can always find us at www.fishingwithfamily.com. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So keep an eye out for us. Thank you, guys.